The A final, we have Ronald Volker on pole, Alex Hagberg, Bruno Coelho, Victor Wilk, Mark Reinhard, Freddie Sudoff, Yannick Prumper, Christopher Krapp, Elliot Harper, Lucas Urban as the top 10.
Drivers, be careful. Marshals on the track.
Ladies and gentlemen, this group we got a reigning world and European champion. Also in here we got top drivers from all over the world in this group. So enjoy it. Look how racing can be done in a modified class. 1 minute to start. Bring on the cars to the starting grid, please. One installation lap. If you want to, go back. Then come to the grid.
Hands out and
1 minute to start.
drivers, be careful. Marshals on the track.
Colson in the back straight.
45 seconds.
Just getting everybody out on the grid.
Start position.
Car number one. One to
All
outside.
drivers and mechanics.
I'd like to thank our event sponsors, Infinity and Montec, for bringing us here, along with EFRA. So here we go, the A-main number one, modified A-main number one. So Ronald Volker had a bit of a nightmare in the practice final, but this is the one that counts.
Marshals ready? Let's go racing.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay, so they jump off the line. Ronald leads through the infinity curve. He successfully makes it through there. Alex in second place, Bruno in third. So let's continue running with Ronald, and let's see if he can make a break at the front of this from Alex. So Ronald still leading this one, and just watching Alex maintain second from Bruno. So we'll watch. We'll keep an eye on these three. These guys, the ones who took round wins. Got Victor Wilk in fourth. Kept on posting top 3 times, but never quite managed to get up there and take the win. So Ronald Volker still leading this one. Alex Hagberg's car starting to look like it's coming towards him a little bit. So Alex now heading towards the back of Ronald's car. Bruno following the pair of them round in third. Bruno's body shell actually looks like it's mounted quite high as he's going round, and not sure actually, could be his paint scheme. But it just looks like there's a big gap between the top of the tyre and the sort of wheel arch of his body shell. But the top 3 of them, as they come around the infinity curve, Alex trying to find his way through on Ronald. He's right there. Bruno's waiting to take advantage of any opportunity through the Montec M. So Ronald holding on to it at the moment from Alex. Alex trying to find his way past Ronald through the EFRA chicane out onto the short straight. So got Alex desperately trying to find his way past Ronald. Ronald not trying to give him any form of an opening. They've just come through the infinity curve again successfully. Want to keep an eye on all 3 of these guys. Bruno looks like he's being a bit circumspect actually. He's just hanging back and seeing what happens. He'd probably quite like a little bit of coming together. What he's going to hope for, I guess, is that Alex has a go at Ronald and makes an opening for the pair of them. But Alex did have a bit of a look coming there onto the main straight at the exit of the Montec M. And in fact, he was almost too tight coming onto the main straight and had to get out of the throttle. So Ronald's hanging on to this lead. He's managing it. We've got 2 minutes gone, so soaking up the pressure so far from Ronald. So obviously world champion, multiple European champion. The defending European champion is Ronald, so reigning champion. So in fact he's pulled a bit of a gap now. So Alex now having to defend from Bruno, and you know Victor's actually not a million miles off the back of Bruno either. So Victor may be fancying an opportunity to get involved in this. So still running round with the second place car of Alex Hagberg. We'll see if he closes in at all on Ronald or runs back up to the back of Ronald. What's happening at the moment, though, is that Bruno is sort of causing a few issues for Alex, and actually the pair of them probably need to have a think about working together, and looks like Bruno has actually backed off a little bit so that Alex can start having a think about bridging that gap back to Ronald so he can tow the pair of them forward. So I don't know whether it's something they've discussed beforehand. They're pitting directly opposite each other, whether they've discussed that they need to work together to get themselves to the front of the pack if they drop off of Ronald a bit, and they're not going to fight each other till they get right to the very front. That would make sense, because if you're driving defensive, you're driving a little bit tight, it can slow you down. Ronald's still leading this one with 1.5 minutes left, so doing everything he needs. Hagberg is trying to bridge that gap, trying to get closer to him, but he's closing in all the time. But catching Ronald is going to be one thing, but passing him is going to be completely different. So still really, really close. So running order still 1, 2, 3, 4. At the front of this. So Ronald Volker still leading from Alex Hagberg, Bruno Coelho and Victor Wilk. And Victor actually looking like he might have a go at Bruno now with 1 minute left. So pace, these four have gone, relatively speaking, compared to everybody else. So Ronald leading this one with Alex trying to close him down. The gap between them is about half a second. So it's sort of distilling into a battle of two groups of two now, actually. So Ronald leading this one from Alex as they come off the infinity curve. We've got 40 seconds left, so it's going to be a couple more laps. They come out of the EFRA chicane through the Montec M onto the main straight again. Alex trying to close down that gap, but Ronald looking, I don't want to say completely comfortable, but Victor just tried to move on Bruno off the camera. It didn't work, but they maintained position. So just watching still now, 15 seconds left. So they're going to complete this lap and have one more. So Ronald still got this one as they come through the EFRA chicane. So they're going to cross the line. They're on their last lap now. So going to see if Alex fancies a shot at this. I don't think he's close enough. So I think Ronald is going to take this as they come round through the EFRA chicane, out across the line. Ronald's done everything he needs to. So it's a win there for Ronald from Alex. So great drive there, defensive drive from Ronald.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just check. Okay, well done. That's quite a sort of defensive drive there. You looked like Alex was very quick at the end.
Yeah, basically in the beginning he was pushing hard, and after 3 or 4 laps, he was coming closer, and suddenly he made one small mistake, and the gap kind of maintained. I mean, into the last lap, I knew I just need to drive safe, but it wasn't easy. It was a similar pace, and luckily he wasn't able to put too much pressure. My car was better than in practice, not so loose, but it won't be easy for it too. I may do a small setup change to get a little bit more steering in the sweeper, but otherwise I'm very happy with A1.
No, good. I mean, that's half the job done. Obviously, you're on pole position as well for the final. Has it helped moving the grid back? I noticed the practice final you were right at the front of the grid. Now they've moved it back 2 spots. Has that helped?
Yeah, I think it helped everybody. I saw a couple of starts in final practice, and also my start. I thought my start was okay, but he was coming really close to the inside, and I touched the curb. This is, I think, is at least better for me. And the grid is still very close, so I think in some finals there are a lot of crashes. But I just need to make sure I have a clean start, and then we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, okay, well, good luck, and hopefully see you again after leg 2.